Hey, hey.
Hey, James. How's it
Hey, Brittany.
going?
I'm good. How are you, Brittany?
Good. Your hair looks great.
Oh, thanks. So does yours.
Love the curls. Toss your
um,
cares and curls.
yeah. Uh,
Awesome.
how's it? Well, okay. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for logging on today. All of you people from across the nation watching us. Thanks for joining in. Per usual, I'm here with my good bestie, Brittany. Hey, Brittany. And we're here to talk about the new surf product, which is super exciting. I know that I know I've gotten some pretty good feedback from network stylists and salons and etc. So
Yeah, I'm super excited about this one. I've been playing with it a lot, so it's definitely been one that it will be uh, as I like to always call them, my products. So
yes.
it'll definitely be a purse product.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Awesome.
mean, it's kind of like on the go anywhere you need. But yeah, so whoever's out there, let us know in the comments like where you're logging in from. Give us your names. I know Brittany and I have traveled across this great nation and other, so like yeah, let's connect.
Yeah.
Um,
Let us know if
and
we
let's
know you.
yeah, right.
Awesome. Well, let's
Cool.
just get right into it then, huh?
Shall we?
Let's.
So we all know the key benefits of our surf line: volume, texture, holds, separation, definition, making waves wherever you go, from our OG salt infused spray to a ripple enhancing mousse. These sure thing stylers create tussled, unmistakably beachy styles all year round. I know you know this, Brittany, but you know, Bumble was the first brand to ever create a surf product that was like bottled and sold on shelves. So it's pretty iconic to be able to like continue to grow this family because I know we have a lot of heroes in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the main takeaways that I really love about our surf line is when we think of surf, beachy, saltwater hair, we always think of drying, like making your hair feel drier or a little bit more matte textured. But with this product line, that's not the case. Just because you have that beachy look doesn't mean that your hair feels super dry, which I love. There's so many products that actually hold in the moisture in your hair while still giving you that extra beachy look.
Yeah, yeah. And as we
Straight
all
out
know,
the water.
yeah, there's nothing like a day at the beach, right? And
Love a
I
day at
think
the beach.
I love what's cool about now is like I remember when I first started working backstage with Bumble, I like noticed that beachy hair really had like one sort of iteration, and now like looking at like the full spectrum and the all of the like ways that it kind of evolved, there's like a lot of different elements to just beachy hair. It's not just this sort of like matte gritty texture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when we think about the product line as a whole, one thing that we always like to say at Bumble is we have something for everyone, right? So just it doesn't matter what texture or density your hair is, we have something for you that will still give you that beachy feel.
Cool. Yeah, perfect segue. Let's take a look at the whole family, the whole lineup. So here we have, of course, what we'd always do is put these in different categories so that you know what each family does or what each product does in the family. So we have cleansing conditioner, the Surf shampoo and cream rinse conditioner, which I love this one. Like this actually came out right when I started working at Bumble, and I remember getting to play with this like conditioner, and I always thought it was such a smart thing that it was called a cream rinse because I definitely had clients who were those clients who like bring in their own conditioner, shampoo and
Mm-hmm.
conditioner because they were afraid of anything being too heavy. So this is
Yeah.
like a legit cream rinse. It will give you all of the moisture, but leave behind like a really soft and fluffy and full texture, whether you're air drying or blow drying. And before like I always, if I'm like doing a quick blow dry in between haircuts, like someone who just booked a style, like this is my go-to shampoo and conditioner because it helps me dry the hair quicker, get the styling products that I need in there, and speed up the blow dry time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what your favorite product is, but I immediately go straight to two products in this line, the leave-in and the Surf Infusion. And the reasons why is because I love anything that you can use wet, dry, day 2, day 3. And the thing about the leave-in that I really love is that I can use it on my clients and blow dry it in. I can air dry it in, or on my own hair, which is super, super curly, I can put it in and my hair will live beachy like this. It's just like a beachier texture and not revert back to the tight curls that I worked hard to blow dry out.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that.
And also, guys, with this whole line too, we did do a surf broadcast. So if you need like a little bit more of an in-depth look or a refresher, definitely go back in the channel and rewatch where we go a little bit more in depth on all these products.
Yeah, agreed. So on this exact same channel you're watching, just scroll up a little bit and you'll find it.
We're there.
Yeah, we're there. We're there. So you said you love the surf styling leave-in, and then what was the other one that's
The surf infusion.
Surf
So I
infusion.
actually I did just do a Instagram live using the surf infusion because we're going into the summer months, and just because I have curly hair doesn't mean that I don't want to have the same effect. So even on my curly hair, I can still have a beachy effect without it looking wet. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you have curly hair, it just kind of always looks really wet or oily, or like if you use water, it doesn't dry as fast. So it gives you that look of it being more hydrated and moisturized because it does have that oil in there without having to re-wet my hair.
Yeah, that was such a good Instagram live. So definitely go back and watch that on Bumble Pro. I was like, oh man, she's pulling out all these good techniques. Like I love how you pressed out the underneath and flattened that slightly to like elongate it. I loved how you used the different parts of the curling iron to kind of flatten, but also keep the crease. Like I was like so blown away. I'm like, ooh, high fashion. It reminded me a lot of like looks that like Amy Farrad kind of does for like
Amy.
like editorial, so I was like, oh, this is good.
Well, thank you.
Great job. Yeah.
What's your favorite surf product?
Oh, I always am an OG surf lover. I can't really use it on my own hair, but what I will say is like before dry shampoos were invented, this was my dry shampoo that I recommended to all my clients. You could spray it through like your roots to absorb oil. I would put it on there before doing up styles or special occasion looks to create a good back combable texture and get rid of any sort of like slept in hair. I can't say enough about Surf Original. So like it's always kind of one of those products. It's like there's really no wrong way to use it as long as you know like what kind of texture you're looking to create from it, or even just simply putting it in at the roots for a blow dry for on fine hair to create lots of like gold.
Yeah. And, my mom has finer texture hair. She has a high density, but her individual strand is a bit finer. So when I put this like day 2, if I put it in her roots and just kind of massage it in, it definitely gives her like that gritty, but not like day 2 lived in look without having to go back in with a blow dryer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all about low maintenance in this family.
That's right. Oh, that's funny. And I guess the last thing we haven't talked about was the Surf Foam Spray Blow Dry. The name is the activity is in the title. It's a surf product. It's a foam mousse. It's a spray. Really helps to give you lots of hold and texture. I feel like this is really good for someone who maybe has like hand painted or balayage or like where the roots are a little bit more natural in texture and you kind of want to create some lift there. It's great for that. So
yeah, I get what you mean. Like with the balayage, it's almost like you want to rough up the roots a little bit to match the painting on the ends, just to give it a bit more cohesiveness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love blow drying with this. I also like for people that live, in beach communities, if you're, at the water and then you want to like go out to dinner, it's a really easy one just to spray in at your roots, kind of zhuzh it up and be able to go.
Yeah. We've got a Facebook user who says they've been using Surf Blow Dry religiously. Yeah, I hear anytime I'm in the network, I reach to this, there's at least like, half of the crowd is a big fan. So really good go-to for a great blow dry, whether you're creating texture or not. And of course, why we're here today is to talk about Surf Wave Foam,
which I can't speak highly enough about. I love a product that does multiple things and it's like a universal product because it's just like, oh no, I don't have anything in my bag, but I do have that and I can figure out how to use it for anything.
Yeah, and for those of you watching, we're going to show you the campaign video momentarily. We're also going to show you a couple of little like videos that I filmed of using the product on different like hair textures at different points within your weekly style. So stay tuned for that. But shall we have Kelly roll the film?
Let's roll the film.
The star?
Yeah, the star of the show. Two of my favorite people.
Beauty. Oh my God. Kelly, just the most gorgeous model. That was so fun to film. I had a good time. Of course, you know, we always have a good time with Kelly. So
yeah.
For those of you watching, that is Kelly. She's running all the back end stuff. She puts together all these beautiful slides. Show her a little love in the comments. But yeah, so here's the before and after. As you can see, sea salt and dead sea salt adds texture, definition, grip, and grit. It has UV filters to help protect from the drying effects of the sun. And then the beach protective the beach protective blend has aloe leaf juice, kelp extract, coconut fruit extract, and algae extract. All of those things are going to help to hydrate the hair, create some definition, while giving subtle grip and hold for a lightweight finish. Yeah.
Now that you know the ingredients and everything that is inside, I just want to talk about why I consider this a purse product. When we think of foams or mousse or anything of that nature with that texture, you always think that it's going to leave like a sticky residue on your hands. And this has been a product that I've passed around in all of my classes, because once you put it on, you put it in the hair, your hands do not feel sticky at all. So for me, I can throw that in my purse and, you know, scrunch it in my hair and not really worry about, you know, residue building up on my hands or, you know, feeling like I'm getting stuck in my hair. It's so soft and hydrating. And I love that you can use it on all textures of hair. You know, like I said, I love a universal product, and it doesn't matter if you have fine hair or, you know, 3B hair like me, you can always use it as a refresher. So you can use it day one. I've used it day 3. So, I mean, it's definitely a great product that doesn't have a lot of buildup in the hair, and you can still touch your hair. I'm a hair flipper, so I love to be able to put my hands in my hair. So it's not going to create that like gritty texture, but still give you that surf effect that all these products that we know and love do.
That is so smart. Yeah, I didn't even think about that till you mentioned it right now, but you're right. It does not leave your hands sticky. Like, you really could put it in and go. And you know what's funny is after I filmed these looks that you guys are going to see right now, I was like in a hurry. So like I did all the filming, and then I like head out the door and I go to grab some food. And I went to go take a bite of my sandwich, and I was like, oh, my hands aren't, like, I know this is gross. Yeah. Like, obviously,
you forgot to wash your hands.
But I was like, hey, I forgot I had this on my fingers.
Yeah. But when you don't feel it, you're like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, that is so genius. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I love it so much.
Yeah. Perfect purse product. I love that. Definitely. I'm going to definitely use that when I'm out there. I'll stay away from the sandwich story, but
you can just carry it around in your purse.
Yeah. That's great.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited to actually show these looks that you did. I was lucky enough to see them before, so I hope you guys really love them, and James will go through and kind of explain the behind the scenes.
Yeah, we wanted to show you the versatility of these products and how you can use them in different at different points within your style. So it doesn't necessarily just have to go on clean hair, which obviously it can. In Kelly's case, she was freshly shampooed, cut, and had been air dried before we applied this product to her hair. Kelly's hair in this photo, in this before and after, was not curled with the curling iron. It's just the product that gave it this natural, like, wave and texture. And Kelly's hair is like pretty soft and straight, even though it's color treated. In the first model that you're going to see, it's my friend Claudia. She is a colorist, and she's got like maybe like medium to lower density in certain areas, but she's got like a little bit coarser of a texture. So she is on day 3 of her style. So we'll go ahead and show the application on day 3 here. So Claudia has a little bit more natural curl, as you can see, nothing too wavy or crazy. Because her hair's like a little coarser, I think it absorbed a lot faster than it did maybe like on Kelly's hair, who has like high density but finer texture. But yeah, I really love the way that like just squeezing it into the ends, massaging it into the roots allowed for like, you can see a lot of like the little like hair pieces kind of separate without looking greasy. It just like kind of looks like lightweight, gives it a little bit of life.
Well, it gives it that, you know how we always say that's so Bumble? It gives it that Bumble look where it's like, oh, that's definitely a Bumble hairstyle right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you can feel free to get right in at the roots with this product. Like it gives you just enough texture without it looking frizzy.
Cool. Awesome.
So on
Thanks, Claudia.
Thanks, Claudia. Over to you, Brittany. Yeah, so again, just to recap, day 3 hair, it was an easy application. You know, she usually goes about 4 or 5 days in between washes, which is pretty standard. I do once a week. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah. The next look that you're going to see is done on hair that has been curled. So I went through with a curling iron. She had like, I think she was also on like day 4 maybe. So we curled everything with an 1.25 inch iron. Nothing crazy. Like I didn't do like the Laurent like sort of S wave. I just did like a twist out with the iron, trying to get a lot of like memory and definition. Hannah, the redhead that you'll see next, has long, thick, beautiful hair. It's pretty coarse and pretty dense. So yeah, I had the iron turned up probably about to like 400 degrees, which I always think is important too. You know, you want to be careful about how hot or not hot you're heating someone's hair up to, right?
Absolutely. I'm a 450 girl though. Like if it's on my hair, I'm like, gotta get it. Gotta get those edges. I love this haircut that you did also.
Thank you. Yeah, she has fun hair to cut. She always has like really good references.
Well, you know I love red hair.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, I went through 1.25 inch, creating soft waves, trying to get a lot of like lift and hold in there. I went through and I detangled it first. So I guess you could go in with all the curls kind of still clumped together and try it out. But for her, because she doesn't have a ton of layers, I wanted to like detangle it.
Yeah. Well, and what I love what you're doing in this look too is when you curled it and the curls were kind of all together, this broke it up to give it a more lived-in effect, which I love.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of my clients, when they come in, they don't want to look like they're leaving the hair salon, you know? So it's a great product to really get that lived-in look like they did it themselves.
Yeah, when I was teaching in Orlando a few weeks ago, one of the stylists brought up that she didn't really love the way it looked on her or it felt on her hair after it had been curled. And my suggestion would be like, everyone's going to need different amounts of product based on porosity. So like, I think too, like I go into like the thicker parts of her hair versus her roots, and I'm not pushing it down. I'm like scrunching it up. So trying to like enhance that
like
texture.
You're encouraging it to do that.
Yeah, so maybe hopefully that gives, you know, if any of you try curling your hair and then applying this product, gives you a little insight into that.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I used on my own hair, I actually flat ironed my hair and then put it in, and it gave me a little bit of wave, like a little bit of bend in that beachy look, but it didn't make my hair go back to being curly, but it also stayed moisturized, and I could run my fingers through it.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. I didn't think about that. I mean, that's a good way to do it too. Nice.
Yeah, she has gorgeous hair.
Yeah, she's so fun. Hannah's also, she's a cutter. Not like a, she's like a hair cutter.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Do I need to clarify that? Yeah, okay. Make sure. This next model was a little bit of a diva. Just like really difficult to work with. Asked for a big day rate.
A big day rate.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you again, this is my 15 minutes of fame, so I threw myself into the mix. This is honestly the only surf product that I can use on my hair. Surf Infusion is still a little too gritty for my texture to keep my curls intact. So I like a little bit of volume in my hair. So I had air dried with curl cream while filming the rest of the haircuts, and then at the end I wanted to enhance my style with the surf foam. So I used a pretty decent amount, and I work it mostly just where I want to see the volume. So like right in the front section.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny that I do this little tuck at the end. Like, girl, you don't have hair long enough to tuck.
That's your signature move, though. You do that all the time.
I know. I'm always like,
yeah. You're like, oh, gotta mind bangs. Oh, cool. I can see how this one would be such a diva.
Yeah, just real demanding.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for letting me throw my 15 minutes of fame in there. Now I'm like all embarrassed. I'm like turning red.
Don't turn red. You did amazing.
Thanks. So yeah, so that was just a quick and easy way to look at these like different application methods for different curl types and textures. So hopefully you guys are having fun with it. As far as I know, I've gotten great feedback from it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Brittany?
No, just if anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at Bumble Pro on Instagram, or you can reach out to us individually. James is at Blood and Gold. It's me, Brittany Lee. And just let us know, if you have any questions, or even if you just want to say how much you like it. Either way.
I love that.
James, it's always so fun to teach with you.
I know.
And to see your face.
I'm looking forward to seeing you later this week.
I know.
Yeah.
Reunited.
Yeah. All right, friend. Well, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.
You too.
And thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys.